And I just called in on Bro Sanchez at the end. I was trying to steal some time. I'm not gonna lie, at the end of his show. So, it had me kind of diving into this, and I think I was gonna start just going a little deep diving and probably off topic for everybody on the show there. So I want to go live too. Um, Somebody was asking about electromagnetism. Bro Sanchez, I'm gonna dive in on this one because this gets into the atom, which is the M, which is the 13th letter in the Eve, which we see the N, Eve N. The N is hidden. We see this dance back and forth, just like the zero and the one, because zero equals one. You do that biology, 26 letter, right? So you got 8, 5, which is 13, which is 4, and 9, because 18 is 9, 4, 9, 13, 4, and 0, 15, 6, 4, 6, 1, 10, 6, right? So 0 equals 10, which is equals 1, which is a want. And 1 is also spelled with a W, which is the reflection of the M. Jesus walked on the water. J came later. The English language, I'm going to get into that. We see the three triangles in the M too. And one thing that hit me, I was thinking about where do we see three triangles in the A? I'm like, okay, a triangle itself is triangle. We see the three there, but also the A and the B, duh, because the A is a triangle and the capital B. And we talk about Abraham, Baphomet, all these A, B's, right? So if we see that, because the M, we see the three triangles in the middle, right? The Z, we see the three triangles with the sleep. So boom, right there. And we know the triple A, triple pyramids from like in the alphabet, the A, B, and that makes sense with the abracadabra, Baphomet, Abraham. So we see all that right there. I see that. So we see that here. So C is the third letter. And Moses split the sea. He split the sea. And C is kind of like that too. It's also that greater than, less than symbol. So you can split that. You get a 3 to it's a third letter. So we get the 13 with the M. So this shit gets deep. I'm gonna have to erase this to keep going, but I'm diving into this here. So maybe just switch sides. Boom. Keep it going. So with the M and the N, we know that lightning. There's one more rib to if we make the N itself to become an M is one more rib. We know that 0 equals 1, and 0 is dealing with focus. We know that the 13th sign is a Fuchsius. Now, if you don't know that, you have to look that one up. Fuchsius is the 13th sign. That goes back to like Nostradamus and all that stuff, occult stuff. They have the 13th sign, which is a Fuchsius, which is the central sign, which is also representative of Jesus. So, man, we're getting into a lot of push and pull stuff because we're dealing with electromagnetism. We talk about the serpent. There were two trees: the tree of good and evil, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and the tree of life. AM is morning, which is, the beginning of the alphabet to the end. And lift this up a little bit. Fucker. Limited space. When we look at the M like this, we do those 2 3s. We know E is the 5th letter, but we could write it like a 3 and see it like a 3 as a E. The other way, if we just do it the other direction, are 3s. But we see the word level, we see the word Eve, and there we can see even. We see the N. Samson, we see the 2 pillars. 9 va, we see the V in front of the 9 va with the V. Which the V would be 333 for the 9, I guess, right? If there was 9 va, that would make the 9 and the V. So the 333 would be the symbology of that. M is another 3, because the 3 M's make up that sign level. And then there's the company called 3M, just like a construction supply company. So we get into ripple, rip. What they have on a grave can also be seen as rib. Rib, when you flip the P around this way, it's a B. And then we got pull. If we spell it like it sounds, we could also spell it pull. Not right? Just like a gear shifting a car or whatever, a want, a focus. 0 equals 1. Also nothing. Bullseye. Bullseye is usually red, right? So we're dealing with, it could also correspond with the bottom chakra point, but also your outer ring, outer ripple, because maybe it's projected from the red, or it's all connected somehow. It's a reach, but that makes sense. Anyway, seeing the Liquid Swords poster in the background. Also, basically, want to get in the word sword from the stone is the words from the tones, which is also gets into the abracadabra and this movement of frequency and vibration. And then we're also, that makes me think of the add M and even and the C and the saw. And then the future, that makes me get to the 3 crosses. And Jesus rose between 2 thieves, and rose is also the 0. If you look at 1, it rises. I and J are the 2 letters that have the eyes. So let me go to the bottom here. So if you look over here, so the 2 crosses, Jesus Christ, Christ is crease. If you look at the cross, it's also a crease. It's also the word source. 3 pluses is usually the highest grade. So increase. And we're dealing with that N again, increase. It's supposed to be terraforming. We see the T. Priest, pressed. Not just dealing with sounds or whatever. Just, sometimes revealing the connections or whatever are faster than words. Because with the C and the saw, all that presents is the past. So we're dealing with the future. And the thieves are the past and the future. The past, which we have ps, with the A, which is Adam. A is the first letter, which is that 1, and we have that want. Then we have attention with ps, past. Just like the first shall be last. We see the same symbology with that A or the 1, psh, and that ST. First and last. just playing with it around. We see the connections. And then the future, which also reminds me of torture because we're dealing with imagination. The future is non-existence. That's why it's the see and the saw. In the future, we're also dealing with fear. We had the fear because all that's here. It's funny when you connect these two crosses. All that we have is the here. It did, could Jesus rose make I don't know reach in there, but you see what I'm saying. Running out of room here, so I'll come back with my eraser. I'll get more into this Adam and Eve. Even she had apples, apple. All right, I gotta find my eraser. I might be repeating some stuff I already put down, but I want to keep pulling this together. 'Cause like I just saw with the A and the B connecting with the three pyramids. Um, I'm gonna pull that together too. Hopefully. Yeah, so stay tuned. Thank you. I'm gonna keep rocking. Next time with a mic.